Greetings YouTube, and welcome back to Le.Monde.Du.VAPEUR with me, Vitaly Vapour. Many thanks for coming back and joining me, and may I say many thank you to all of those who have subscribed to the channel. We are now up to 10 subscribers, which I'm very happy about. That means I'm not the only person out there who believes in Steampunk Minecraft Let's Plays. If you were with us last time, we built this AFK vine farm, and we've had this running for about an hour off camera, and as you can see, we have filled roughly half a double chest of stacks of vines, which is very good because mossy cobble and mossy stone bricks do feature a lot in my steampunk builds. Another thing that features a lot in my steampunk builds, if you've been with the series before, is the jack-o'-lanterns made from pumpkins, because as you can see in this texture pack, they look a bit like divers masks, but behind these wooden trapdoors they form the lighting that I implement. So today we will be building a AFK pumpkin farm, or a fully automatic pumpkin farm. Now this is based on K1 Inc. Ken of K1 Inc.'s design. I will put a link to his fantastic video in YouTube. He does an extremely good step-by-step guide. As you can see, the temporary sheep farm has now moved from the temporary slime farm base over to Farm Hills. This is because I returned to find the sheep farm was empty. I don't know if this is a glitch in the current update, but there were no sheep in there, no wool, no mutton, no nothing. So we have started over again, but that's fine. We are going to need a lot of yellow wool to decorate this space. So this is the space I have hollowed out ready for today's build, the fully automatic pumpkin farm. Now this is a space 22 blocks long, 9 blocks wide, and you'll need 3 hive each level of the pumpkin farm. You'll also need to be able to dig down 3 spaces in a few areas, but as you can see, I've carved this large H shape. So let's grab some blocks and start building. So I recommend having a stack of ice. You obtain this obviously with Silk Touch pickaxe, and we will need at least 2 droppers, 18 redstone dust, 2 hoppers, 2 redstone repeater, 2 redstone comparator, 1 furnace, 2 gravel, 3 half slabs, some blocks of choice. I use grey wool so everything looks very mechanical, steampunk like. You'll need some lighting. As I say, I favour the jack-o'-lantern in this texture pack. You'll need pumpkin seeds, you'll need 30 pistons, 2 chests, some glass if you're following Ken's design or my design, and you'll also need at least 30 blocks of dirt. Now this is per level, so first thing you want to do is in this first trench, which is 2 deep and 7 wide, is to place in your ice, and then repeat that in the other trenches that are also 2 deep and 7 wide. So that would be 28 blocks of ice. So you can see why I pick up a full stack, just in case I make any mistakes. 2 mistakes in a row, that's good going. Then we want to place ice down in this trench here. So this one is 3 deep, and how many blocks across is that? That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 as well. And then in this final trench, again some ice everywhere apart from this last block here, because that is where the item collection silent dropper will be built. Our good old friend, the silent dropper. Now take out your blocks of choice. As I say, I use grey wool a lot in my builds because, again, very steampunk, very mechanical, and bring that across the top of that trench there. And then being careful not to fall off the edge. Repeat that in this location here. Hop across. Again, let it bridge across and pull that all the way to the end. You should have 2 blocks here spare at the end. Then our next block to put in, just make sure, is we're going to put in our 30 pieces of dirt. So there we go, 15 each side basically, and they go right in front of here. So if we just put those in, 1 on the face there, perfect stuff. So shall we go in and sort out the item collection? So if we come over to here, place down a temporary, actually we can probably just place down the droppers, couldn't we? Would be fine. So go into crouch mode, as you'll probably be playing this on the console if you're following this tutorial, and grab yourself out your hoppers. Again, crouch mode, fire that one into bat. So now the items will slide along the ice, get sucked into that hopper and fired into this dropper here. Now coming out of this dropper, we want to not look at ourselves. We want to grab a redstone comparator, face that comparator forwards, leave it in its regular mode, take out some of your blocks of choice for me, whichever you favour. As I say, you want to put one block there, one block in this corner, and then one block in this corner. That torch is a bit high up, so we will leave a torch down here. We don't want mobs spawning down here. They shouldn't be affecting your redstone, but no one likes to hear mobs in the base that they can't see. So take out a redstone repeater and put it into this block here, which is to the left of our dropper tower as we face it, and then redstone here and here, and you are done for your clock. Now all we want to do now is to climb our way out. As you can see, I build everything in survival. If you're new around here, I build everything in these videos in survival, and it's all with a steampunk theme. So if those are things that are of interest to you, maybe consider subscribing and join us on our continued adventures. So we are going to lop out this block now. There we go, get it back, make sure it doesn't end up in the system. And then we want to take our two chests, which should be here and here. Again, 1, 2. That's great. Now what this means is that now all of our items will be collected, fired up that silent dropper elevator, and put into this double chest here, right in front, right in center of our doorway. And we will do some decoration to this off camera probably. So our next bit of the system would be to go to the very end of this run of items, and if we come over to this back corner here, we want to start dropping down a absolute ton of pistons, so 30 pistons to be exact. So our first piston we want to face upwards, and then from there on we wish to face our pistons towards us. Ooh, we did not want to fall down there though. So if we go alternating here, so you can see we're leaving one gap each time. That's perfect. And then jump across, and then wherever you left a gap, place a piston that side facing towards you. And now you repeat the exact same process. Oh, this one's going to be fun to place. Oh, perfect. Did worry then for a minute it would come back to face us the other way. Now repeat the exact same thing, but facing the other side. So if I run out of pistons, we know I've done something wrong. So there we go. There we go. And then just want to be certain that we don't have it face the wrong way. Very good. And then we just keep working our way across. Hopefully we've got 30 pistons in place. Nice. Now this piston here, you want to take out your gravel and your furnace, place you can use sand. I choose to use gravel just because gravel has no other use, unlike sand that can be made into glass, and I have to be honest, in this world I am running short on sand, so it's only out of a worry of running out of sand that I use that. So out of this into this furnace here, just use another block, any ingredient at all. I again favour the use of gravel. So we want to take out our 3 half slabs and our block of choice, and off the back of this piston here off the back of the gravel, we want to place in our first half slab. Go into sneak mode and place down another half slab there with, again, another half slab here. And then we want to take out a temporary block. Dirt is a fantastic scaffold temporary block, and place a block of choice on top. Now go into sneak mode and just break that away because you don't need it anymore. Now get into your menu again, and you should have one redstone comparator that we can place here. And as you can see, it lights up because it's picking up from the it should be picking up from the furnace that there's an item there. And then you want to fire across a repeater and it will come on. Now you'll have 15 redstone dust left if you've done this right. So off the back of that gravel, place down your block of choice, and do not have them on top of the pistons. We want them to run along here in a nice long sensible line. In fact, we're going to go into crouch mode and just work our way backwards like this. Much neater. Fantastic. Now on top we want to just place down a line of redstone across there all the way to there, and it should come on. So now I've just realized I haven't got a hoe anywhere, so let us sleep through this night, and we need to quickly make ourselves a hoe and then go back. So let's make some sticks and we will make a stone hoe. Perfect. Chuck those down. Take out your seeds and your hoe, and you want to till the ground that is to the back of each piston and plant a seed. Ooh. There we go. Now obviously when you plant the seed, it's going to update the block, which is what is going to happen perfectly every time a pumpkin grows. You see, that's going to be what fires off our pistons and pushes those pumpkins into the system. So if we just keep going with this, perfect. Now again, till the ones where there is, obviously if you till the wrong one, you're going to get it pushed off by our friends here, the pistons. So there we go, and we're one short, unfortunately. It's okay, I came prepared with spares. Till that and place that in. Now that should be the whole system put in. Now what that means is every time a pumpkin grows, it will get pushed forward and end up in our system here and then run down. Now one other item that we should have mentioned that we need is some water. We don't just use ice to flow everything down. That's not got any buckets in it, so that's no good. If we got buckets of water, oh please tell me we've got some buckets of water. Right, we've got all our buckets left over from last time, so let's venture outside via our FedEx Gaming piston barn door. There we go. Let's just grab ourselves, let's just grab all 8 if we've got inventory space for it. That way we'll have plenty then. Lovely. And shut the door. We don't want any mobs coming in. Keep them out. So, bucket of water then. You'll need water. Place them down. One there. One there. Oh. Risky strategy here. Be careful not to trample crops if you're going to climb over this like I do. One there. and then one there, and then hopefully that should run everything to the hoppers. Now I may just look at, let's have a look here. We want to place in a half slab in there. I think it's not quite running down as I would hope. I can let's see, let's test it, shall we? Let's throw in a piece of grey wool and see if it makes its way round into the hopper. Of course it's not going to make its way all the way up because the first item never does. But there you go, it made its way round and into the system. Lovely. So that is pretty much the build complete. So I am now going to quickly off camera just whiz round and do a bit of set dressing. I'm thinking that we will probably run the grey wool all the way round here. So we'll probably just run that literally all the way around the base to give it that metallic look. And we'll probably run it right across the face of the build as well. Add to the real industrial look of this machine. And then we will look to probably put some glass higher up. We need, if we see, this is going to be the problem, we're going to run out of materials very quickly in this build, I think. So as I say, I'm probably going to cut ahead once I've gathered a few more, and I will come back once we've done the decorations either side and also added in the other 3 layers. To add in the other layers is very simple. We literally just have to build up a line of blocks off the face of this redstone and just literally repeat everything in this design. And say we're going to build another 3 layers exactly the same as this one. It will all be firing into a wall which will be made up of actually, I might change that over to, let's see if I've got enough grey wool. If not, it may have to be built in cobblestone. But effectively, this will have jack-o'-lanterns in it, in line with every pumpkin, so that there's plenty of light in the system. And we'll probably put ourselves some windows on the front here, 2 wide, so that we can see in, make sure the whole thing's working. And we'll probably put ourselves a ladder up this centre part here, so that we can get into and look at the system, various platforms, etc. And then the floor will be decorated exactly the same as out here in yellow wool, and as will the walls. And we'll probably do an arch ceiling up, same sort of design with the polished granite. So I will cut ahead and I will see you all for that shortly. Okay guys, welcome back. So it's been about an hour and a half since I decided to cut ahead to this point. As you can see, I've gone ahead and completed the room in the same palette and aesthetic as the rest of Farm Hills. And we've gone ahead and put 3 layers of this automatic pumpkin farm in. So as you can see, there's all these layers here, each with their set of pistons facing towards the pumpkin farms. If I just go up one more layer just to show that there is another 2 farms at the top here. As you can see, some of the plants at the top here haven't fully grown yet. Not really had that long since we cut ahead really for those to be grown, but we've also filled in all the walls on the outside, so I can now go show you that as well. If I just show you, you can see we've nearly got 2 stacks of pumpkins, so that's just from an hour and a half. So there's occasionally you see one over the end there that gets stuck on, but hopefully the pistons will fire again in a minute, and we should then, that should then get pushed off. So let's say the pistons fire around about every so often. As soon as a pumpkin forms, pistons will fire, and you'll hear that hopefully sometime soon. Honestly, this has been happening constantly throughout the build, but now you're stood watching it, it's not going to do it, is it? Yeah, as you can see, there's a couple of plants here. You can see the order in which they were planted. A couple here at the front that haven't quite got to maturity yet. See if this farm is going to fire for us before we move on. I can quickly show you the outside where I've covered over Farm Hill so that none of this is visible from the outside. It doesn't look like this is actually going to fire while we're watching it, which is incredibly annoying. There you go. Hopefully. Yeah, see the number of pumpkins went up by 1. There was, the second stack was at 44, it's now at 45. So let's just check what it's like outside before we dare venture out. It's daytime, so we should be relatively safe. Just fire open the barn door, and if I hop across to this side, as you can see, Farm Hill is yet again being restored. So I'm thinking now in the next video, now we have both pumpkins and vines, as you can see from the signs I put up while I was waiting for some wool to grow, that wool is our next priority. So I think in the next video I will look to establish this as an AFK wool farm. So I look forward to having you all join me then. If you're new around here, maybe consider subscribing if Steampunk Survival is something you're interested in, and I look forward to seeing you all next time. Goodbye.